Okay, so now America enters war, and it's in 1917. So World War I actually begins in 1914. The United States does not enter the war until 1917, 3 years later. Okay, so now we're going to go over what happens when the United States enters the war. So at the beginning of the war, the United States was pledging to be neutral. Neutrality means that the United States will not take sides, that we are not with the Germans, we're not with the British. President Woodrow Wilson campaigned in 1916 that he kept us out of the war. He has kept us out of war. That is Woodrow Wilson's campaign, and based on that, he got reelected. Now, how does the United States get involved? Well, one, we have closer ties with our allies, or Great Britain, right? So Great Britain is one of our friends, and we are going to supply them with materials, soldiers, and weapons. It says German actions and Allied propaganda creates the takeover of neutral Belgium. These are some of the main reasons why the United States begins to get involved. Okay, and here you can see Belgium, and the French has a fort that is built along this barrier right here. So of course Germany cannot cross over because you have these two countries right next to each other. Since they can't cross over, they go into neutral Belgium to attack France. Now, the Zimmermann telegram. It was a secret message from the German foreign minister, and it promised Mexico to return their land if they attacked the United States. Now, the Zimmermann telegram was from Germany, right? And it was intercepted by Great Britain, and it was on its way to Mexico. And again, it said that if Mexico were to join the war or to attack the United States, that when Germany won the war, that they would give Mexico back all the territory that they had once lost from the United States. So that's the Zimmermann telegraph. Of course, Great Britain finds it, shows it to America, and America is furious that they would do this to them. So we confront Mexico, and Mexico is like, we have really nothing to do with that. The next one is unrestricted submarine warfare, right? We went over submarines, the new kind of technology that was used during the war, and now we have the word unrestricted. Unrestricted submarine warfare, meaning anyone is up for grabs. Now we have something known as the freedom of the seas. Freedom of the seas are neutral ships carrying non-military goods that could pass, that anybody can go through the seas that were under in war. The British have a blockade, right? Germany needs this port of entry. Like I said, most of the time countries are going to need exports that they rely on. So Britain blocks it off right here. And then Germany sinks the Lusitania. The Lusitania had American passengers that were killed on it. So of course it's going to upset Americans. So the sinking of the Lusitania, do not get it confused with the sinking of the USS Maine, which is what got us into the Spanish-American War. The Lusitania is one of the reasons why we get into World War I. And then you have the Sussex Pledge. Now the Sussex Pledge, the Sussex was a French ship that provided a ferry service on the English Channel. The Germans attacked this ship, and the United States said that we were no longer going to have any kind of relations with Germany. Germany pledged not to sink any more ocean liners without prior warning or providing help to passengers. Okay, so they're going to go against that. And then Germany announces unrestricted submarine warfare. The United States is upset, and we get in the war. Okay, so anybody in this shaded area is up for grabs. If you were in this area, Germany sends out the warning: if a ship is here, then we will sink you. Okay, and that's unrestricted submarine warfare.